Right, this overview is going to be for Unit 2 and 3 because these two units are from Chapter 1, Ephesians. So what I want to do is remind you not to forget to read the assigned material according to the PowerPoint and your syllabus, and then don't forget to wrestle with the text as your first step. That's the first thing you need to do. And then you go read the commentaries and so forth following that, as is suggested in the PowerPoint. Now, what I want to do in this one is to remind you that the main emphasis in Chapter 1, which covers Unit 1 and Unit 2, is God's gracious decision to provide redemption for man. And that's what Paul is going to talk about here. In the early chapters of Ephesians, he leads up to the revelation of the mystery of God, which is that God is creating one new man. That's no longer Jews or Gentiles, but it is one new man, and it's in Christ. And that's what he's leading up to. But at this point, in the early chapters, Chapter 1 and then Chapter 2 and part of Chapter 3, he's going to be showing some distinctions, but he very quickly moves to bringing all of this together. But particularly in Chapter 1, he's going to show us that both the Jews and the Gentiles are in consideration as God plans redemption. It's not an afterthought. It's not God coming to a decision after a while, but it is something that he intended to do, all along. His grace reaches out to both. Now, as you read through this chapter and as you look at the PowerPoint and the things that I've asked you to pay particular attention to in your work, be sure to seek to discover the context of what Paul is talking about. Some of these familiar terms that we see, and that sometimes some terms that are sometimes very much determined, or what we think about them is determined by our own predisposition to some theological position. And I don't care what your theological position is. That's up to you. That's something you have to decide for yourself. But what I'm asking you to do is make sure that you're looking at the context when you look at words like chose and predestined and so forth, and understand the context in which that is spoken of in Chapter 1. So look at the issues that are spoken of here, and look in the third slide. I think it's the third slide in the PowerPoint, where I list some things that you need to make sure that you deal with as you relate to this chapter, and then begin your work on Unit 2. You may want to come back and look at this PowerPoint again, this video again before you do Unit 3. You may not. That's up to you. You can decide that for yourself. But remember that these two units do go together because both of them are from Chapter 1. So if you have any questions, as always, just send us an email.